Okay.
All right.
So first one we're gonna do is ChiroThin, the classic. So, oh, come on. Cut for me. Okay. Hey guys, Twisty and the Spiz, and all week we're gonna be featuring my man Dr. Jason and Chiro Nutraceuticals for everything a chiropractor. I just got asked by one of my people on the Spiz newsletter, what are the top 10 things that chiropractors should be selling? And I gotta say, man, the majority and bulk of what they should be offering Chiro Nutraceuticals covers. And we're gonna start with what some have said is backdoor Chiro. But I'm going to use a quote from my man James Altucher that the three things people care about is getting paid, getting laid, and losing weight. So we're
Yep.
going to start with your foundation of what you start with, man, with ChiroThin. Uh,
Yeah.
why should chiropractors be motivated to incorporate and implement a ChiroThin protocol into their practice? Let's start there.
So I'm not going to be long-winded on these, and I know Tristan, you don't believe me because I say that every
I love
time.
you.
But here's the thing: three reasons. Number one, the market size is about 132 times the size of the market of chiropractic.
Yep.
So like if you look at a chiropractor and you're in a town, you got 40 other chiropractors, and you're out there doing your marketing, whatever, you're competing against those same, well, 39 other chiropractors or 40 other chiropractors for what, 8% of the population that sees a chiropractor, right? When you look at weight loss, 51% of the US adult population wants to lose weight on any given day. 29% are actively doing something to try to lose weight. And we know there's a 98% failure rate, right? And the reason
Yep.
that there's not that failure rate is because they plateau, they don't want to go to the gym, like whatever anybody's reason is. So reason number one, market size. Okay. Reason number two is I've said since day one, and ChiroThin was the company's first product, is I've been very particular about chiropractic being chiropractic and weight loss being weight loss. They are not the same thing. They should never be promoted as the same thing. Like they're not the same thing. They are mutually exclusive of each other, but they go together like peanut butter and jelly or sushi and soy sauce. And the reason for that is what we're trying to do as chiropractors, very simply, right? So if we go back to the three T's or the triangle of
Yeah.
health, right? Physical, chemical, emotional stress, and the body's adaptability, what I'm trying to do with chiropractic is give the body a state where it has a higher degree of adaptability to respond to the aberrant stress due to subluxation or the body's lack of ability to abase and abound, basically. And when you look at the science behind weight loss, and this is where my science nerd comes in strong, right? It's the trump card, is what happens when a person is overweight or obese. And the higher the amount of adipose a person has, the more physical stress there is. The higher the amount of adipose a person has, the more chemical stress there is. And it's at a systemic level, right? So as you gain adipose, your body actually starts increasing levels of IL-6 and TNF-A, which are pro-inflammatory cytokines and cell signalers. So the more adipose you get, the more your body's producing its own, hey, produce inflammation signals, right?
Yep.
And then IL-10 goes down. And IL-10 is an anti-inflammatory cell signaler. So as you start bringing down adipose levels, what happens is the things that your body produces that are the precursors for systemic inflammation, as you start ripping weight off somebody, those start lowering. So there's less signals going out to the body going, hey, produce this chemical stress. And at the same time, as you bring the adipose levels down, IL-10, interleukin 10 starts going up. So now what you're doing is you're starting to modulate the body signaling for the production of systemic inflammation. So the ones that go, hey, I need inflammation or produce inflammation are coming down. And the main one that goes, hey, let's go anti-inflammatory, that one comes up as a person loses weight. Right. So we check the box for the physical stress. We check the box for the chemical stress. And I always say, I don't think anybody even needs to discuss the emotional stress associated with people being overweight. Right. Like, and it varies from person to person. So that's reason number two is the peanut butter and jelly connection or sushi and soy sauce connection.
I
And
love
I'm
it.
going to be like number three. I'm just going to throw it out there, dude. It's the money.
All right. Well, that's a perfect segue into what is the money on the table. What could chiropractors be producing for extra profit centers with this?
I mean, it depends, I mean, like, okay, it varies. We have some chiropractors that make an extra 2, 3 grand a month, and we have some chiropractors that do, the first workshop that they do, they close $54,000 in business for speaking for 45 minutes. Like, I mean, like it's across the board, right? So here's the thing. So ChiroThin is a 6-week protocol. We require ChiroThin offices to do minimally a once a week follow up with the patient. That can be either in office or can be virtual, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, like your rock star status. So those 6 visits, the national average that ChiroThin is sold for at its lowest level. So we have systems, we have people that work with all of our new clients. Like, here's how you build out your package offerings, et cetera, right? That base package, the national average is $799 is what it's sold for. That represents about a 13-to-1 ROI for the average chiropractor.
Wow.
And that's cash up front, no insurance. If people need financing, we've got this, like the best patient finance company that we work with that I've ever come across. But so end of the day, it's a 13-to-1 ROI. So if you take $800 and each follow-up visit is, I always say however much time you have is however much time you take. So some offices may spend 20 minutes on a follow-up visit. My practices, when I had my offices, I spent like 7 to 8 minutes. And my staff would go in. My staff ran it in my practice. Most of our bigger offices actually have their staff running it, so the doctor can go be jacking around on a beach or on a golf course and still making the 13-to-1 ROI. So, but if you do that math, right? So let's just 800 divided by 6 is what? 133, roughly,
Yep.
right? So basically, a doctor is collecting 130, the equivalent of $133 a visit cash for a 7 to 15 minute visit, where the patient loves you because they're kicking ass on weight loss. Like, I mean, like it's such a no freaking brainer. And that doesn't even count what happens when, on follow-up visit 4, which is the recommended date, where you work to convert that person into a chiropractic patient. It's super easy, right?
Yeah.
So 70% of people that come in for weight loss are not, if you're marketing it outside of your practice, 70% of the people that come into your practice for weight loss are not going to be existing chiropractic patients.
See, dude, this is beautiful. We've covered pretty much time, money, and motivation all in this for chiropractors. I got to share one quick note for the people I work with one on one. This is something interesting I've discovered in the last year and a half. The North Star clinics that I work with, they
Mm-hmm.
all use ChiroThin.
Success leaves clues.
Yeah, I mean, so there's something there. Like the $1 million practices that I work with, there is a common denominator. They are ChiroThin docs.
Well, Tristan, I mean, like, here's the thing, right? Every chiropractor is a little bit different, right? I mean, like, we all have our different motivations, but at the end of the day, there's only really 3 things that drive why a chiropractor does what they do in their practice. One is helping their patients experience a higher degree of health, even if it doesn't make the chiropractor any more money. That's person number 1.
Yep.
Person number 2 is they only look at things from a perspective of what can bring me more new business.
Yep.
And the other one is I just want to make more money. Now, I'm going to go out on a limb and I'm probably going to piss some people off, just so you know. So, bomb alert. The person that says I'm only really looking for more new business is actually fooling themselves. The only reason they want more business is because they want to make more money.
Right. So
But it's a little weird to say, hey, really, I'm looking at this because I want to make more money.
So let's close this out with, I think this is an awesome question, I'm biased, but who screws this up? How do you fail with this then? Because it's a no-brainer. Who fails with this?
People that don't implement. So one of the things, and dude, I was guilty of it, when I had practices, and even like non-practice related. Like, I think the natural tendency in society today is what I call being attracted to the next shiny object.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of chiropractors, including myself, and I caught it early on in practice, was I was really amazing at implementing 60% of what I needed to implement. By that time, I was at my next weekend seminar somewhere and got attracted to the next thing.
Mhm.
I actually made one of my staff my implementation accountability manager. Like if we were doing it, it was her. I couldn't do anything else until it got implemented. So
Genius.
we've boiled down
Yeah.
what we. I mean, dude, we got 1,600 offices, over 300,000 patients. Like I'm a big crowdsourcing data guy. We know what works and we
Yeah.
know what doesn't work. Been there, done that. So like we even have like live one-on-one implementation. So somebody comes on board with ChiroThin. We have, and it's my daughter. So she's got institute, she got adjusted when she was 3 days old. She's been around Chiro. She's been around this company since 2010. She has institutional knowledge. She's been doing live one-on-one implementations with each new client,
Beautiful.
and it's a series of 4 live Zooms, and it's doctor, or if the doctor doesn't want to be involved and they have their staffer, and it's staff, or it's everybody, like whatever. We work them through the process. Like the person that doesn't do wealth is the person that just doesn't implement. Or in addition to shiny object syndrome, bomb number 2, smartest person in the room syndrome.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It can't listen, it really can't be that easy. I think I know better. Okay, yeah, sure. Why don't you try that and tell
I'll
me how
do it
it works?
my way.
Try that out and tell me how it works out for you.
Yeah.
But but that's really it. They either don't implement, or they vary so far from the tested, proven, streamlined systems. And then they reach out to us and go, this isn't working. I'm like, well, tell me what you're doing. And they're like, and I'm like,
Why?
where did you get that from? Oh, well, I went through the
I was talking to
implementation,
Twisty,
but
not to Joe.
I did. I figured I could figure it out on my own. Okay, so why don't we go back? Let's do this. We
Yeah.
know you went through implementation 6 months ago. Why don't we do this? If you success leaves clues, follow the successful action. Why don't we just go ahead and put you in, you and your team, and just start over from scratch with implementation, because you've probably already forgotten what we covered. And we put them through an entire new live one-on-one implementation again.
So what's the next logical step to get started? How, I mean, it's a stupid question, but how do I get started if I'm a doc going, okay, this is no brainer. I'm going to implement. I'm going to follow what you guys say. I see the money on the table. I know I can help more people. I know I can get more leads. I can get more business. I can make more money. What's the next
Right.
logic?
So, like, the easiest way, to be very honest with you, is for somebody to go to shopchirothin.com, which is so there's 2 ways. You can go to chirothin.com and click on a tab that says like request more info, or
Mhm.
you can go to shopchirothin.com, and that's actually the e-com site where all of our clients order all of their products through. But you can't buy any of our products unless you
You
are
are
a
a client.
chiropractor.
Yep.
So what will happen is they'll go to register, and we had a software built as a database of just about every chiropractor in the United States. And
Right.
it finds you, and it will either instantly approve you or it won't. If it doesn't find you, it will say, hey, email your NPI number to clientservices@chirothin.com. We approve you. Schedule a call, like at the end of the day, we want people to like know about us. We want people to be a good fit. I don't want to do business with people that really don't want to do business with me, because they turn in to be pains in the ass.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is what it is. So basically, like, we want to go, what are you looking for? Are we a fit? Yay or nay? If not, okay, fine, whatever. And if we are, awesome. Here's what it is, because we do enter into a licensing agreement with people, because we've spent, a couple of $1 million on developing marketing and videos and collaterals, and all that stuff's copyrighted and trademarked. And that's what you do to get access to ChiroThin.
Beautiful, dude. You guys head on over to chirothin.com or shopchirothin.com. Get started. Find out if you're a fit and start making some more money, help more people, and make their lives easier.
Help more people make more money, baby. That's the game.
Perfect. Thanks, Dr. Jason.
Peace.
All right. Perfect. Now, regen and repair.
Sure.
All right, cool. Um,
Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me one second.
hit it, baby.
Give me one
You're fine,
second.
dude. You're good.
Oh, shit. Give me 1 second, dude.
You're good, dude.
Sorry.
You're no sorry.
Is that you or me making noise?
I
Should
don't,
be on do, I should be on do not disturb. I am on do not disturb. Huh. All right. Cool beans. I'm ready whenever you are.
all right. What's up, guys? Twisty in the Spiz, back with my dude, Dr. Jason from Chiro Nutraceuticals. And today we're gonna jam on, you know, Chiro Nutraceuticals is known for its ultimate amazing with over 1,600 docs on ChiroThin. But here's the cool thing. This is what I love about this dude. He's a geeky nerd who's gone, hey, we can help you solve that too. And we're gonna
Sure.
talk today about your regen and repair protocol, which is for we'll talk about that in a second, but want to talk about why should docs be getting into the regen and repair protocol, what the motivation should be, what the money on the table for them, how they can impact their communities. Give me the scoop, man.
Yeah. So this one's pretty easy. So I guess what we started the company in 2010. We were ChiroThin only. I think probably our second product we launched was 2011. And shortly thereafter, we kind of started this tagline of we're more than just weight loss,
Yeah.
right? So having been a chiropractor, right, and knowing a lot of chiropractors, and as our company has evolved, one of the things I do, Tristan, is I talk to chiros. And what we found out was a lot of chiros, obviously chiropractic, the adjustment, subluxation, detection, and correction